think.
I'm Team Bums, as you heard, and to represent, I'm dressed like a bum. I figured it wouldn't be appropriate even if I dressed up in this suit and called myself a bum. So, anyways, so unique home solutions. That's my thing that I'm working on. And as I was listening to your presentation, I realized my solution is unique from your solution because you guys, I think we approached it from a completely different angle, which is fantastic, and it's good to see this. So I think I approached it from a slightly more traditional angle, and we'll just go right at it. All right, so the challenge. We'll quickly just go through the introduction here. So everybody knows Unique Home Sites. They've got two products, Unique Home Sites, the website, Unique Agent Sites. Currently they're on the internet. You can access them from your computer. If you have a mobile device, you can also access them through your browser. But all you can do is really just view it, and that's about it. And UHS, they want to examine the feasibility of moving to a mobile solution. So that's our challenge. And what I decided to do is, let's look at what's going on right now. So first, focus on what is UHS's unique selling point or USP, and then focus on what the current mobile applications do to try and get an idea of what's going on. All right, so value-added data. I think that's probably the #1 selling point for UHS. And basically what they do is they're able to pull out information about a specific listing, but it's not only from MLS. Now MLS gives you information like what the price is, what the taxes are, a couple of photos maybe, and a brief description, but that's about it. And the key selling point for UHS is their value-added data. So in this case, schools in the area, walk score, which is what are the amenities within a specific area. Is it a good walking distance to a bus stop? Things like that. Neighborhood demographics. Are you moving into a neighborhood with a bunch of old people? Are you going to move in with college students and is it going to be noisy? Like Sandy Hill. So I know, but this is a big problem actually because Queen's University every year when they have their homecoming or whatever they call it, it's a big problem. So this is something that's really important. And the second key value add for them is the ability to generate a website really quickly. And I'm saying a few minutes because I suspect that's what it'll take. But the selling point for UHS is they say within 30 seconds. But regardless, you can create a website within a few minutes, and it'll basically have all the information that we discussed. And this is where it excels over traditional systems because you're able to package everything very quickly. Here's Unique Agent Sites, and again, it's Mr. Joe Unique can list all his properties that he's got, and again, very quickly. So now let's look at the mobile apps. We looked at what UHS does. Let's look at what some of the mobile apps do. So this is where we're kind of defining what a problem is. So looking at the market space, there's many apps available, and I think, one thing that I forgot to list here is that a lot of them, or actually all of them, are targeted towards the real estate buyer. None of them are targeted towards real estate agents. And I think that's a key area that you guys identified, and that was your presentations about. But just in general, looking at what these apps provide, all of them provide numerous listings. They all provide geolocation capability, which is a very important feature because you can be in the neighborhood. Typically, if I'm a home buyer, I'm not going to be in Canada when I want to buy a house in Orleans. If I want to buy a house in Orleans, I'm going to go to Orleans and drive around there. So it gives you property listings within the area. And generally speaking, all of them have good usability. So it's not that, let's improve the usability of some crappy apps that are out there. More or less, they do stuff pretty well. But what's missing? When we look at them, all of them basically provide the same information. All of them pull information from MLS. And as I described earlier, it's restricted to a couple of key data points that you see everywhere. And there's no value-added data, which is what UHS's USP is. So just some other points. Basically, there's quite a few apps. Again, a lot of them are in the US. There's only a few in Canada. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one. But again, this could change at any point. So this is important to keep in mind. So this is what we've got, and there are some constraints that were imposed. Cost. UHS doesn't want to spend a lot of money on it, and time. Time is money at the end. So these are some constraints, and then basically the important constraint is the ability to add value for clients. If you're just going to create an app that does basically what everything else does, there's really no point. So that basically defines your box, and that's to put it, we're thinking within that box. So what's the solution?